Esquire, and I'm here with the Maria Taylor at the Sports Power Brunch in San Francisco in the heart of the Super Bowl.
I know, it's beautiful here. I love the Bay. Take me back every year.
Maria, you are being honored today for excellence in media. For someone who has described themselves as irrationally confident.
Oh, I love that. You read the Substack? Thank you.
What does it mean to you to be receiving this award?
It means everything. I think in a lot of ways I want to do what I do so that young women who are watching or love sports can see a place for themselves in sports. And an award like this is something that's coming from my peers. I love LaTonya's story and what she's built around the Sports Power Brunch and really celebrating women. And we don't often have opportunities to just sit together and see each other and like love on, build joy and happiness. And that's what makes this award or recognition even more special, because I know the community that comes along with it.
Absolutely. You brought up the Substack.
Yeah.
And when announcing it in that video, you mentioned that this season you struggled a little bit with just believing in your abilities,
Sure.
which I was surprised to learn. How did you overcome that? Was it just irrational confidence or was it something else?
It was a lot of like crying calls to friends and family, really just my mom, let's be honest, I'm calling my mom. But it was just feeling like I think the pressure is on. This is a Super Bowl year for NBC. It'll be my first time hosting the Super Bowl, and I felt like all year, like every single show we did was going to decide whether or not I was even capable of hosting the show. So I was just putting way more emphasis than I needed to put on every single show and just stressing myself and wearing myself out instead of just being like, you're in the role for a reason. There's nothing left to prove. It's already been earned. Now just do it. So at some point that switched. I'm sure it was because my mom like basically cussed me out, and you keep doing the show over and over again, and you realize, listen, my teammates believe in me, like the guys I work with, my producers, like it's not even really on me, like everyone has to show up and work well together. So that's kind of how I got over it. But there were definitely like a couple rocky weeks where it could have been being tired. We added in the NBA this year, like multiple things attributed to that feeling.
Yeah, and I think many can relate to that. We often put a lot of pressure on ourselves, but I think hearing from someone like you who everyone knows and you're so great at what you do, hearing you say that even you go through that too, I think really humanizes you for everyone.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do, like let you know that you're not alone. You might be going through it alone, but you're not the only one that's ever been in that moment, and it happens on every single level. And then most importantly, to see that you can come out on the other side of it, and you can still be here in San Francisco, even though you've struggled with doubt during a season of life, but a football season for me, but a season of life maybe for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're the host extraordinaire. I'm curious, what made you decide that hosting was the route versus doing color or
Sure.
play-by-play or even
Sure.
an analyst, because you played sports?
Yeah, I think a long time ago I just decided I wanted my bosses to be able to call on me and know that I could do absolutely anything. And I started out as a color analyst in women's volleyball and women's basketball, and that was amazing. I got to do some sideline reporting for volleyball national championships. And I just always saw the host as the one that opens up and welcomes in every single person in the audience to a big event. And that's what I want it to be. I've always known that Bob Costas, you know, hosting the Olympics, and that's a role that I would want it to add to my repertoire. So that was one of the aspects of the sports broadcasting world that I saw myself in. And you don't see women doing it a lot either. So in my mind, it was like an opportunity to break somewhat of a glass ceiling. And sit on a desk with guys and be their point guard or their quarterback and be hanging out and trying to bring the best out of the broadcast and everyone that I was working with. So it's something I knew early that that's where I wanted to land. I knew the hurdles I would have to go through to get there and the jobs I would have to have beforehand, but I knew that this was the landing spot.
Okay. Let's dig into hosting a little bit more, because you've described yourself as a point guard before. I love that. You were recently on Carmelo Anthony's podcast, and you talked about having to research his cadence. And I thought that was just such like a great, fascinating anecdote, because I think sometimes people think people just get on camera and just like wing it.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about your host process, like preparation process, and why knowing his cadence is important?
I think the most important thing that I do on a daily basis is know my guys. Like, it's like knowing that either they're feeling good today or they're not feeling good. Like, did they come in feeling a little sick? Like, literally, I'm touching base before the show even starts or when everyone gets in for football at noon to find out how we're all feeling and how this guy really, really wants to talk about the 49ers. This guy really, really wants to talk about Dallas. But I have to understand and know the way that they're going to present their points. And so I know that Devin McCourty might come with a little bit more humor, then Jason Garrett will come a little bit more direct. And Carmelo Anthony, if I ask him a question, he's going to take a beat, think about it, and then he wants to give a very deliberate answer. So I can't walk all over him and ask a question and then like jump back in because I think that there's too long of a silence. That's a part of it. You really have to know the partners that you're working with on the set. And at the end of the day, that's my job, not their job. I adjust to them. They don't have to adjust to me, and I'm supposed to bring the best out of them.
And why does that matter? Is it just for purposes of flow, the conversation?
Yeah, it is. It's about the chemistry. And so I view the role of like point guard quarterback as kind of being that glue that makes the viewer believe it's seamless. You know what I mean? So if you're watching our show, you should be like, it seems like they just got up there and did whatever. Great. Job well done. You know? If you think it took zero effort, then I feel good.
Okay. You look like you've been having a lot of fun. You have media tour, like Today's Show, Late Night with Seth, and then all of the social media videos with the Sunday Night Crew. Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast. Like I feel like I'm at that point in my career where like I could retire now and feel like I've done everything, or I could keep going and like there must be new mountaintops. I just feel really secure and safe and like sound for probably the first time in my career. And so with that comes, let's dance. You know what I mean? Like I don't care what everyone else says. Like let's do a dance to this because that's what's fun for us and we're entertaining ourselves. And if the world likes it, which they do and we appreciate it, then that's a great thing too. But I don't feel like I have to hide any parts of myself, really. I don't feel like afraid to have fun because people might judge. It's just like, I'm here now. Like, you can't take me off the seat. You can't change anyone's mind. Like, we're here. We're going to do the Super Bowl. We might as well have fun with it. And that's what I've kind of like tried to take into every day of works this season in particular.
Who surprised you the most? Because Mike Florio looks like he's having a blast. I mean, everyone does, but I was so surprised.
I learned that Mike Florio is Sicilian, and Sicilian Italian is different from all other Italians because they're born with the beat. Okay? Yeah, but it is, I think, and he's been the one that comes up to me the most that he might be at an airport and a flight attendant will be like, oh my God, I've seen you dance. And he's like, they were not coming up to me being like, I heard your PFT opinion. You know what I mean? So what I think is great about what we're building for football night is the target audience is obviously a football fan, but the people that keep finding us and keep coming back to us might not be. They love entertainment, they love being on TikTok, and now they might come to the show for a completely different reason because they love the group that we are and the family that we've made and the fun that we are having. And so I think that's been the best part about the videos. But yeah, Florio 100% surprised me because every single time we post a video, the first comment that pops up is like the president of the Mike Florio fan club. And that's why he's in the front of the video of the New Edition video. He's the star.
Got you. If you could choose anyone to interview, who would your dream interview be?
Oprah, 110%.
Why?
Because she's just a woman that she created like her own thing. She's a trailblazer. She's the reason probably why I can stand here. The fact that she could just be broadcast into everyone in America's home every single afternoon and be welcomed in is amazing. She will walk you through her struggles with weight, but then she can sit down and talk to a president, and then she can like give you steals and deals and Oprah's things. Like the magnitude of the breadth of things that she can cover, and she can literally do anything, is something that I aspire to, like continuing to be in sports, but welcoming in all opportunities to operate outside of it too. And she's done it all on every level. So there don't even have to be a camera. I would just talk to her off the side. Like, girl, just tell me how you did it.
I love that. That's a great answer. All right, let's talk about looks, because you look amazing today. Can you walk us through your glam process, including outfits? So how you get the hair, the makeup, everything together down to the outfit.
Great question. The answer is Pierre. That's my hair and makeup artist and friend and like partial stylist. But I will say, just in general, there's something special about I'm in a lot of spaces with men. I always travel with my girl Pierre, and I feel safe with her. And part of that is because I know she's never going to have me looking crazy. She's never going to allow me to not be uncomfortable. There's been times when she's had to shake me and be like, you are that girl. And part of it is the look. Like, I need to feel like I'm everything. You know what I mean? So if that's putting on the clothes that make you great, I think we saw at the Met Gala with dandyism, the whole idea that black people were putting on airs or dressing up to meet the moment. And that's what I do with my clothes and my styling. Like, I do want that to be something that you see and you're like, she's on point, which means everything, her presentation's on point, which means the work is going to be on point. Like, it's just the packaging that you see. Obviously, the body of work is the thing that keeps my job, but I want those things to be seamless, and it's important to me, from hair color to lip. I'm doing a lip for like the first time, but it's because we're going all burgundy. We're giving you tights, we have a sparkle shoe. I don't take it lightly. Like, I feel like I represent more than myself every time I'm on camera, and it's important to look the part.
Well, you're giving gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You've done so much in your career. What would you say your top 3 career highlights are?
I would definitely say the Paris Olympics has got to be a top 3, because I always tell the story of, we went to the Atlanta Olympics in 1996, and my mom was like, these tickets are expensive, y'all are going to enjoy it and you're going to love it. But I still remember going to the women's basketball. We actually went to gymnastics and being like, wow, like, world stage, this is an amazing thing, and I want to play here, or I want to have an opportunity to play at this level. It ended up being broadcast, but that was something that stands out to me. I think working my very first Super Bowl was huge, because never in a million years did I imagine that's where my career was taking me. I just didn't even think that I would work in the NFL. And then my last is hosting the women's basketball tournament, like, hands down, because that, when I started out in broadcasting, that was the only goal, to be there on the day that a women's basketball champion was crowned, because basketball meant so much to me in my life, and the stars, and Pat Summitt, and Candace Parker, and all the ones that I watched kind of growing up. Led me to believe that I could do what I do, and it's the gateway for me for everything that I'm doing now.
Okay. If you could go shopping in any athlete's closet, who would it be?
This is a good question.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has an amazing style, and we're probably the same size. Like, maybe his foot's a little bit bigger, but I'm about the same height as him, so I could probably wear a lot of his clothes. I also love Asia Wilson style. Listen, she'll come through in Schiaparelli one day, and then she'll come through in like Dawn Staley's jersey from the Team USA. Like, I like all the variety that she kind of gives. So yeah, those are my 2. Those are my 2-star athletes. I might even go, Justin Jefferson can put on some nice fits too. I'm just actually taking his chains. Thank you.
I love that. Okay. If you could give advice to anyone aspiring to be in this space, particularly young women who are aspiring, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to do the work. Make sure you're confident in yourself. Don't seek it from anyone else. Like, it's got to be intrinsic. And then every day that you show up to work, make sure that you're making the room that you're in, the people that you're around, better. Like, at the end of the day, if everyone who's around you has a positive meeting and interaction with you, when they go behind a closed door in a room that you're not in and they speak your name positively, that's only going to promote you to the next level. So it's about being a good person, doing the work, and having confidence.
Maria, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. Enjoy this honor today. You deserve it.
Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate it.